MRN Crew Call is brought to you by Hercules Tires.
Welcome to this week's Crew Call here on the Motor Racing Network. I'm Kyle Rickey, and we'll be joined here shortly by a driver that has been in the news a lot over the course of the last couple of seasons in NASCAR's Regional Series and now in NASCAR's National Series. Talking about 19-year-old Hailie Deegan, who made her NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series start last weekend at the Kansas Speedway, and she finished third in ARCA Menard Series points this season. She's been busy, but is able to take some time to join us next here on MRN Crew Call after the break.
Citywide to countryside. Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Go to HerculesTire.com. There you can find the nearest authorized Hercules retail location to you. Plus, you can use the tire tracker to find out which Hercules tire fits your vehicle the best. That's HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Back here on MRN Crew Call, here on the Motor Racing Network, joined by Hailie Deegan now, who is fresh off her NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series debut this past weekend at the Kansas Speedway. Also wrapped up her first full season in the ARCA Menard Series, finishing third in the championship standings. Hailie, first off, I know you've been busy this week. Thank you for taking some time to join us.
Yeah, no problem. When am I not busy?
That's true.
I'm always a minute or two late to your guys' interview, so I'm rushing getting everything done.
But we're glad you're made it, and you're only going to get busier, it sounds like, from here on out. It's been a big week for you. First off, let's recap the truck race. Your first time in the NASCAR's National Spotlight, first green flag pit stop, which I know was eventful, but the entire race, I feel like you were pretty happy with it when you got out of the truck at the end of the event.
Yeah, honestly, that race went really, really good for me. I had goals I wanted to accomplish that race. My goal was to first finish, don't get in any wrecks. It was close, but we finished. There was a few sketchy moments with crashes, that big crash that they had that happened in front of us. And it was close, but we made it out of that one. And then my goal was to really, it'd be a good day for me to finish top 15 to 20. That was my goal. If I finish that, I'll be happy. And so I think that was really good that we accomplished all those goals. I was happy with myself. I was happy with my crew, my team, my crew chief, my spotter. Everyone just did an amazing job and was really on top of their game.
I know one thing that you were really hoping to get out of the ARCA series is the experience of green flag pit stops and a lot of those different things and those elements of an event that happen in the trucks and in Xfinity. So walk us through your first green flag pit stop in the truck, because I understand it got eventful off of turn number 2 on the radio.
Oh yeah, you want to know how it really went? So my crew chief keyed up on the radio and was like, okay, we're gonna run this thing till it's almost out of fuel. So I'm like, okay, no problem. He's like, you have about 7 laps. And so I was like, okay, perfect. So I kind of just was going along, pushing hard, making sure I hit my marks for those 7 laps. And then all of a sudden we got down to about 4 or 5 laps, and keep in mind, it's already in my head, okay, we're running out of gas, we're running out of gas, running out of gas. And so we were at the lap before I actually ran out. I was going into turn 3, and it was very windy during the race. And so I went to turn 3, and you're like, wah! And then all of a sudden I heard a, wah! And I was like, maybe it's just my mind playing games on me. And I was like, so I'm very I'm a mind person. I could get mind messed up quick, especially with stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I'm probably just overthinking it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna say anything. Just keep going so I don't worry the guys or anything. And then all of a sudden I get off turn 2. It's mid corner 1, 2 when you pick up the gas. I pick up the gas. He goes, wow. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm still I'm not even prepared to the point where we are running out of gas. We still have 4 or 5 laps to go. And I key up and I'm like, we're out. And I'm like, what do you even say when you're out of gas? Just wow. Just keep repeating it. And then my spotter's like, come in, we're pitting. And there's just so much chaos off of turn 2. And so it honestly all worked out though. I tried to make it not stall or run out of gas. And so I tried to keep my roll speed up getting there. Down pit road, it's just crazy because there was so much going on. And honestly, I wasn't expecting there to even be a green flag stop during the race, because we obviously see in the past at Kansas, there's usually a few crashes at the truck races. And even David Reagan, who's been working with me before the truck race, even said I'm pretty sure you're not going to have a green flag stop. So I'm like, okay, not even really in my head and okay, we're having a green flag stop. And so that was was utter chaos, but it was so thrilling and exciting. And I'm really glad that happened so I can prepare for the future and know what to expect.
And you maintained your cool, got through it, got a 16th place effort out of it. And while all this is going on, you're in the truck. They're announcing on television that you're going full time next year in 2021. How exciting is that for you to be a part of this community now full time in the truck series?
It's so exciting. And I think that there's a lot of people where it's like, oh, she moved up too soon. They're rushing her, or her sponsors are rushing her. My sponsors aren't rushing anything. My decisions of what I do with my career are my decisions. And it's what I want to do with it. And they hop on board of what my plan is. And so we had a kind of like option with Ford, like either we could run 2 years of ARCA, we could run a year of ARCA. And it's really just based off what we saw of this season. And so I feel like this season, we've been really doing a good job of improving and developing. But as soon as I did that truck race, it made me realize this is where I need to be to develop to the fullest point. And that's something that I had a realization of, and I'm glad I did the truck race this year to realize that. And so with that being said, I think next year it's obviously going to be tough. We might not be able to set the world on fire our first couple races or anything, but I think we just have to corely focus on developing and then take it from there the next year.
4 years ago, you were Tuesday night, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Legend Cars. Then you move up to late models, K&N East or K&N West, win 3 races, ARCA Menard Series. That's kind of been your path here since you jumped into the oval track world 4 years ago. Is it the path that you originally set out? And are you on pace? I mean, are you on the pace that where you were hoping to be 4 years ago, or has it changed much here in the last couple of years?
I think I honestly didn't even know the path I was trying to be on 4 years ago. I really didn't, to be honest, know a lot about stock car racing in the stock car racing world. I didn't know there were so many series. I didn't know the difference between a limited late model, pro late model, super late model. Like, I didn't know any of those things. I thought a late model is a late model. But like what you race at Irwindale, you race everywhere. Turns out it's not like that. And so I think I just had to really be open to all the information and really seeing what the options were. And I think not until last year, I really had a good realization of what I wanted to do and what I wanted to accomplish and what my goals and yearly goals and 4-year goals out for the future were.
How will you prep for next year? Obviously, there's the testing policies in place and you can't really test. So how important is that simulator, which I'm assuming is something that you're going to get some mileage on?
Oh my God. Fore the truck race, I was on there so much. Every single morning I went out there a week before just so specifically I could go on the simulator because I had to fly to a few places, do a few media things, a few events. I went out there a week before and I was waking up because I live in Morganton, North Carolina, which is 2 hours away from the simulator. Wake up at 5 in the morning, get everything ready to go, leave at 6 in the morning, drive 2 hours, go on simulator for 4 to 6 hours. I did pit stop practice and I was doing that multiple mornings before the race. Yep. So it was a little tiring, and then go to the shop after, make sure everything's ready to go, media stuff. There was just a lot going on and a lot of preparation that went into it, watching footage. There was just so many things that I needed to do before the race that I did do, so I was prepared. But I think that's something that ARCA Series this year taught me with the lack of practice we've gotten and everything being cut and shortened down is how to prepare away from the racetrack, how to prepare when you're not inside that car.
Absolutely. And was it close, what you learned on that simulator and what you practiced when you got to do the real thing on Saturday? I mean, was getting on and off pit road pretty close to what you were practicing in the sim?
Yes, and I think that's something that I really value in the simulator is once we got the truck tightened up, because it started out a little loose, wasn't expecting that. And so I think we didn't really know what to expect with the track conditions. It's constantly changing. What you run early in the year could not be what you run later in the year just because of how the track is, what's ran before on there, the wind, how dirty the track is, if it's night or daytime, temperatures. And so there's so many factors that go into that. And so we weren't really expecting the truck to be as loose as it was. But after that first stage and we got it tightened up, all those markers on the track that I was practicing in the simulator were realistic. And once I started running the top groove lane 4, all my markers were exactly the same as they were in the simulator. So as soon as I got up there, I saw the hash marks on the track and everything, little white lines on the top groove. And I was able to pick up the gas and get off the gas at the same exact time as I did on the simulator.
Technology. It
Technology. I
continues
just love it.
to amaze me. 2 years ago, you were on the cover of USA Today.
Yes, I was.
And talking about your dream, her dream drives her. Is Hailie Deegan living the dream right now?
I think everyone's dreams are different.
Yeah.
I'm for sure. I love my life. I love everything that I have planned for the future. I'm excited for it. I have big dreams, big goals, things that I want to do with my life, things that I want to accomplish. I have a legacy that I want to leave behind. I want to inspire people. I want to teach people and show people that, hey, if you put your mind to something, you can accomplish it, that really nothing's impossible, that it may be tough, it may be hard, it's not going to be easy, but if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Great answer. And part of that dream this week for you is to sign about 1,000 diecasts for those that follow you on social media. 1, how long did it take? And 2, do you have cramps?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So it took a solid couple hours to do. And I had someone, so I was in a little chair because it was like, obviously, so you saw the long row. And I had someone pushing me in the chair so I could sign them and then they could flip them. And so it was a solid 4-person effort to get all those signed just in a couple hours. And so you guys saw that table of them. That was half of them. The other half were inside. And so it looks, you say like, oh, it's only that many and stuff. It's different when you're signing a piece of paper that's that many. As soon as you're signing diecast, constantly moving, and my hand was cramped up. And then right after I went to the shop, the race shop, and I had a bunch of fan mail to sign, and my hand was like dangling, trying to do. I was like, I need to be able to use my left hand to sign stuff too.
One of the most popular in the sport right now. Hailie, thank you for joining us here on Crew Call, and enjoy the off season. It's probably going to be the last time we see you until we get rolling in February. And congratulations on a great debut this past weekend in Kansas.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sir, are you aware you were going 40 miles an hour? This is a residential area.
Sure, but I'm on my lawnmower? Wait, am I getting a ticket?
No, I've just never seen anyone top 9 miles an hour on one of those bad boys. And mow their entire lawn in 30 seconds? What got into you?
Well, it did fuel up at Sunoco this morning.
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. We've been doing it for American racing for over 50 years. Fuel your best.
Want to thank Hailie Deegan for joining us on this week's edition of Crew Call here on the Motor Racing Network. If you have any comments or questions or ideas for a future guest on this show, as had several people had idea of bringing Hailie on a week ago, let us know now on Twitter. At MRN Radio is our handle. Use the hashtag AskMRN. We'd love to hear from you, and hopefully we can get your guest that you're suggesting on here in the next couple of weeks. Again, thanks to Hailie Deegan and producer Rich Colbreth. I'm Kyle Rickey. See you back here next week on Crew Call, here on the Motor Racing Network.
MRN Crew Call was brought to you by Hercules Tires.